Welcome back to another video. We are in the Open Grade League, and today we are going to be featuring a different team here with the Shadow Steelix with the Pelipper and Trevenant. Can we make Trevenant come back and be relevant now that Knockout got a little bit of a nerf? Here we're going to be met with the Abomasnow here, so we're just going to let this go. Ends up being the Weather Ball. We aren't able to get any additional chip damage, so that was a little bit unfortunate. Here we're going to have to tank a move, so ends up being the Energy Ball. It is neutral, and here we're just going to be throwing this Breaking Swipe on optimal timing. Unfortunately, it does not KO, so that chip damage that we missed out on with the Pelipper actually came in, actually was very valuable damage that we missed out on, because that would have KO'd that Abomasnow, I believe. But we do have 2 shields, so we're going to see if we can wreck this team here with 2 shields at the end. We do build up to 2 Seed Bombs. The good thing about Trevenant, which shields up against the Frostlass, even though we're taking super effective fast move damage from the Frostlass, as long as we can get to 2 Seed Bombs here, we are able to beat this. So we are able to clutch it up here with the Trevenant closing the game. Ends up getting to 3 Seed Bombs to win the game. Lucky for us, and it ended up being a Swampert, so that was actually huge. Huge. So GG's to our opponent right here. And let's see who we can face next. I would say, in my mind, I'm thinking about this team as an ABB team against the fighters. And of course, we see the Medicham here, so we're going to switch out into the Pelipper. We get met with the classic Lickitung Medicham core. This is not a great situation for our Pelipper. So we're going to shield over here, and then we're going to try to get this Hurricane off. But our opponent ends up shielding the Hurricane. Tough. We would have thought they would have let that go, but a little bit of a good read by my opponent right there, and ended up shielding the correct Hurricane. And then now here we're just going to be relegated to just throwing these Weather Balls. Here we have no choice but to just farm down. We're just going to tank this move and try to take this energy and hopefully apply it somewhere else more valuable. Here we are met with the Medicham, then we switch into the Trevenant, but then they actually counter swap into their Sableye. So a little bit unfortunate. This team here just had my number the entire way. This is a Shadow Sableye, so it wouldn't have the return. It would probably be running Power Gem and Foul Play, probably, I believe. So here we do have some energy, and maybe we should have thrown that Breaking Swipe immediately so that we take less damage from that Ice Punch. But I think we just ran out of, we definitely ran out of health, and we didn't have enough Breaking Swipes to take down this Medicham. I think even if he threw that Breaking Swipe immediately, they would have still been able to outbulk us there. So a little bit of a tanky team that we just faced there. That was a pretty solid team that they had there with the Medicham, Lickitung, Shadow, Sableye core. This time we are met with the Lickitung in the lead, so I guess this is a slightly better situation. The Lickitung does get debuffed. Let's see, are they gonna decide to just stay the course here, or are they gonna eventually switch out? So we debuffed them twice here. Going for the third one. Will this get a shield? Good to know that it does end up taking out. It does end up taking out the Lickitung, so we're gonna save that Shadow Steelix for the back later. We immediately switched out into the Pelipper here. We're gonna be throwing as many Weather Balls as possible. We go for the back-to-back there, just in case that they were going to throw their move. We end up getting a shield from our opponent. Here we have to decide, are we going to decide to double shield this, or are we going to let this go? because this is kind of in farm down range. So we're decided to go in with the Steelix here to try to farm it down. Unfortunately, we aren't able to farm it down with the fast move, so we just let it go. We expected them to use some energy, and here we are met with the Gligar. So they actually end up having a ABB team as well, the Lickitung, Gligar, and Sableye combination. But once again, this Trevenant is met with a Flyer, and it's just GG's. Tough backline right there. When I was saying earlier that there's less Noctiles, now there's a rise in Gligars, so the Trevenant does have to pick and choose its spots, but Gligar is also another Pokemon that it does not want to see anymore, so we are kind of facing a tough situation. We have another Medicham, which is terrible for us. So then we decide to switch into the Pelipper. So Pelipper with slight energy here is able to win this if we shield the correct moves. We're going to shield here, and ends up being the Zap Cannon. The Zap Cannon does get the debuff, so we are put in a tough spot here. But let's see if we can somehow, some way win this switch here. Okay, it looks like we're going to double shield here, and we're going to try and throw this Weather Ball right before they get to their next move. And they end up shielding. We have another one waiting for them. So that's exactly what we do. We at least get one shield out of that situation. Okay, we get two shields out of that situation. And now we force them to use their Zap Cannon again. And now we just hope shields down with the Trevenant is going to be able to do some damage. We are met with the Sableye. We did get an energy advantage, so we are able to get to the Shadow Ball first. Shadow Ball does not KO, which is very bad. We are able to farm down and get some energy. So this time we're going to be throwing these Breaking Swipes with the energy advantage. And let's see. Looks like we are able to get to another Breaking Swipe. This Medicham hasn't revealed what moves it has yet. So here we go. Is this going to be Dynamic Punch, or is it going to be Psychic? It ends up being the Ice Punch, but because it's double debuff, is not that much damage. So GG's to our opponent right there. The play of the game right there was probably getting a head start at energy with the Trevenant. And Trevenant, with a little bit of energy, took out most of Sableye, but also threatened to take out the Medicham to allow the Steelix to go crazy. So here we are met with the Dugong. This Dugong is kind of a core breaker. So we're just going to stay in here and just try to debuff this thing as much as possible. We do get to two Breaking Swipes. It does not quite KO, so we do get them to switch out. Ends up being the Deoxys. And luckily Trevenant here has a pretty decent matchup. Of course, they have the Rock Slide, so kudos to them for running the Rock Slide version of Deoxys, or otherwise, this would have been a really, really solid situation. So it forces us to use the Shadow Ball energy, but then we are not able to get to another Seed Bomb, so we let that one go. Dugong, let's see if it's going to get to another move. It doesn't get to another move. We are able to get to this Breaking Swipe. They do shield. Interesting. So I guess they're going to try to save it, or a Sack Swap later, maybe? This Dragology is going to be kind of a problem. We go for the Hurricane here. This is the 50-50 call. Oh, unfortunately for us, they do shield it. It was kind of a 50-50 call, whether they thought that we were going to bait or not. So unfortunately, it looks like we had to bait in that situation. So GG's to our opponent right there. Nice play. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.